I want to show you how to work my new cuff pattern, the Beaded Waves cuff. It's simple and fun and elegant, and it's potato chip knitting. You're not going to be able to make only one. The Beaded Waves cuff is created by making elongated stitches on one row and then placing beads onto those stitches on the next row. So on rows 2 and 4 and 2 again, you create elongated stitches, and then on rows 3 and 5 and then 3 again, you are placing beads onto those stitches. What's super fun about this pattern is playing with color. So in the pattern, I've given you a few different options for how you can place your beads. But once you understand how the cuff is created, you'll see how many different options there are for playing your beads and creating different patterns with color. You can also make a monotone and only have one color of bead on there, but I really encourage you to play. And in my kits for this pattern, I've included 3 different colors of beads and given you plenty of extra beads so you can really go whole hog with one of those colors if you really like it. So that is an idea of how the cuff is created. You've got row 2 right here, which is an elongated stitch, and then 3 the beads, and then this is 4 and 5, and that's rows 2 and 3 again. Before I move this out of the way and actually show you how to place the beads and what that looks like, I just want to show you the clasps that are on the end here. I use snap clasps, and when the cuff is done and I've blocked it, I just sew the snap clasps on with a tiny bit of sewing thread, and then you just fold the cuff in half and you can just snap them together. They're super simple, and you can see, I'm being all careful on my manicure here, you can see, so silly, what I've done is kind of overlapped the end of the clasp onto the back of the cuff a little bit so that from the front you don't see those at all, you just see the little snaps. So those are fun and easy to use, and let's teach you how to work with the beads. Okay, so on this sample I've already worked rows 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4 is that center row of beads, of elongated stitches, that's going to get beads on row 5. And I'm making the smallest size in the steel color. So the first thing I'm going to do is knit 2 stitches, and then the next thing the pattern says to do is PL1B, which means place 1 bead. So I'm going to use an 8mm crochet hook. You can also use a piece of super floss, which is a dental floss product, and I have a separate video that shows exactly how to use that if you don't have a small crochet hook handy. So with the crochet hook, I put 1 bead onto it. I'm going to go into the stitch that gets the bead, slide the bead down onto the stitch, and put the stitch back onto the left-hand needle, and then knit it. And that's PL1B. And now this next stitch is PL2B, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up 2 beads, and I'm just going with this matte gray bead right now on here because I want to, and it's going to be my steel cuff that I can wear this summer. So I'm going to put 2 beads on, and you saw I dropped that extra wrap. Now I'm at an elongated stitch with 2 extra wraps, so that means that I'm going to have 3 beads on here, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up 3 beads with my crochet hook, and then as I slide that stitch off, I'm dropping the extra wraps, sliding those beads down onto the needle, and putting the stitch on and knitting it. So you can almost see where you are in the pattern now. I've got 2 extra wraps there, so that means I still have 3 beads, which is PL3B. Slide that stitch off, dropping the extra wraps, putting those beads on. I'm going for something very simple here where I decided that the middle set of the 3 beads should just have a nice silver bead at the center. I want that high contrast. Here we go. So I've got 3 beads again, and you'll just continue working across. Every once in a while you'll find with the crochet hook that your yarn will get a little split up. If that happens, you can see I just put it back onto the needle, and I'm going to try again. This might be why you enjoy working with the super floss more, because the super floss is going to be less likely to split your yarn strand than a crochet hook might be. There you go. I love when little mistakes happen on camera because it's an opportunity to teach you what not to do. So there's a thread in my Ravelry group. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask there. We are happy to help you knitting your own beaded waves. Have fun.